Welcome to Tweet of the Week. I am honored to be joined by two seniors from Governor Thomas Johnson High School who I predict are going to be incredible entrepreneurs in a few short years. So let me introduce Samyak Jain and Cooper Gurrie. And these two young men embarked on a very interesting journey to get an LED sign for their high school. So guys, I don't know who wants to start, but where did this idea come from?
Okay, so I'll go ahead and get started. So Cooper and I are actually the presidents of the Future Business Leaders of America Club at TJ. And we were a very vocal and active club our junior year. We were also the presidents then. And with COVID, everything kind of got shut down. The viewers, our participants started kind of almost losing interest, but they weren't in person, so we had to find a way to kind of encourage them and get the ball rolling. And obviously with COVID, what we could do as fundraiser-wise was limited because most of our fundraisers used to be in-school fundraisers such as face painting and little things like that. So Cooper and I had to think very creatively of what we could do to get the community involved and how we could incorporate the community in a way to fundraise as much money as possible. And I guess Cooper can kind of talk about where the live stream idea came from.
Yeah, so we just recently basically got denied to do a fundraiser that would be, even though drive-through would still be kind of safe, but it was still denied. So we're like, we got to be as virtual as possible. And my mom recently did a fundraiser raising money for the American Cancer Society, which is a 24-hour fundraiser. And not only was it really successful, it was also fun. They had a great time. So we thought, hey, let's take a shot at it. So in December, we started thinking how we would do it. We'd want teacher interviews, games, basically just to, even though people would be watching, we didn't really have an idea of how we were going to raise money at that point, but they'd be watching just to enjoy it, just to bring the whole community together, because there hasn't really been any events at that point. And then we thought of the LED sign idea, which we thought initially was going to be way easier to reach. I think Samyak said it was $5,000, something like that. Not even close. But the more research we did, obviously the better of an idea we got on it and the process and stuff like that. So after the live stream, we ended up raising $18,000, I think, in a month, with half of it being in one day. And ever since then, we've kind of had donations rolling in as well and other ideas to try and raise the rest of the money, which we're thinking will be another $10,000 to get to our goal of about $30,000 to $35,000 to get a nice LED monument sign for TJ. So I guess you can kind of say where we're going with that.
So recently we've been talking to a lot of sign companies. Thankfully, our school has also been involved with this process. Mr. Chavez, if you're watching this, he's been also communicating with other sign companies because it's hard to take two kids seriously, even though we're very mature, I would say. But sign companies like it when there's an adult and money being put forward. So they've been helping us with that process, and we're kind of just comparing quotes, comparing what sign there is, if donations can be still added, can the materials be donated, such as the bricks and things like that. So comparing prices, comparing what the sign quality, how big the sign is, what type of sign, that also comes to the school. It's not just our decision. So that's the current process we're in right now.
Right.
So trust me, I take you both very seriously. And I've only interacted with you a couple of times, but you have a passion and commitment that comes through. But you have learned a little bit about being an entrepreneur in this in terms of, well, what are the obstacles we have to overcome? What are the different ways we have to approach this problem? And it sounds like you've done a masterful job of navigating those different challenges. And then the next one comes,
yeah.
But you're persevering. And so again, all of the things that we know make for a successful entrepreneur, you're modeling right now. But I must have to ask, did this get the FBLA a little more engaged and involved? Because that was part of what you were also trying to solve.
Yeah, that was our goal. But I think a combination of just burnout with most of our class being upperclassmen and the transition from term 2 to term 3 where it's fully virtual or fully in person kind of had not the opposite effect, but it wasn't enough to keep our numbers up because people go through 4 classes a day, even though it's way shorter than normal, and it's just now when it's not in person, it's not as engaging, and you can't really do much about it. So it's unfortunate, but
But going forward past club involvement though, I know after the fundraiser was successful, after we reached our goal, a lot of teachers, a lot of other students at TJ were messaging me and Cooper saying, you know, congratulations, I was watching the stream the whole time. We had people watching at 3, 4 in the morning actually, and everyone was just so appreciative and they're very thankful that they did something for TJ because they had a lot of fun. They saw their friends, they saw their teachers on the stream. So while the club may not have picked up as much steam as we hoped after the stream, we did get a lot of awareness, support from the TJ community and even people outside the TJ community. So what more could we want from that then?
Yeah.
Absolutely, and I think you just described the challenge every teacher is facing right now with how do we try to keep kids engaged, because the burnout, the fatigue, it's all there, and it is a challenge. Maybe one of the first things on your sign should say, join FBLA, we make a difference, right?
That's right.
So who knows, you may be recruiting for those who will come after you. Well, gentlemen, it was a pleasure having an opportunity to talk to you when I did my senior visit, but even more fun getting to hear the details today. And like I said, I take you very seriously, and I'm going to be watching for your names in the next couple of years, and maybe investing in stock in whatever companies you decide to create in the future. So thank you for giving me some of your valuable time today. I don't think there's much more we can say about what happens when our students have a goal and they work together to achieve it, and these are 2 examples of stellar FCPS students doing just that. So you never know what you're going to find on Twitter or apparently on live stream somewhere. So thank you for joining us. We hope to see you next time on Tweet of the Week.